So Ducati is bringing back the Streetfighter, and I am excited.
America's mountain has a way of keeping your eye on the prize, and it's pretty apparent that Ducati's taking the gloves off for Pikes Peak. The Streetfighter's personality is aggressive. It's a thoroughbred, and we're just learning how to tame that beast.
To say the least, I've been eyeing the Hyper Motard for such a long time, dude. And you know, Ducati had a Streetfighter. Okay, it wasn't the best naked out there. It had its quirks. It was based off of the 1098, 1198. They even had a 848 Streetfighter version. Again, it didn't necessarily look the meanest. It just looked like a stripped down 1098 or 1198, which is fine. But if I were to go Ducati Streetfighter, I don't think I would go buy a Ducati Streetfighter. I think I would go find an 1198, convert it to a Streetfighter. That's what I would do. And that's what I would do regardless, I think. And I've mentioned it in another video where I talk about converting a superbike into a Streetfighter and calling it like a Superfighter. And I don't think I made up that name. I'm pretty sure that that name's been around for a while. But doing that would give you the best of both worlds. You would have a superbike and a naked bike all in one. The downside to doing that obviously would be spending more money on, you know, handlebars and doing whatever it takes to convert the superbike into a Superfighter. Now Ducati just announced the Streetfighter V4, and it's one of the most gnarly looking Streetfighters in production that you could buy right now. Now I know the Z1000 is very similar to it, but dang, come on dude, a V4 Streetfighter? And I'm not talking about the Tuono, man. The Tuono, I'll tell you about the Tuono. The Tuono is an ugly ass bike. And that's just me. I hate the front end. It looks freaking strange, dude. It looks freaking weird, and I don't think I would buy a Tuono just because of that. I would change the headlights or something. But the headlights on the V4, if this is how they're gonna make it, oh my god, dude, that's gonna look insane. It already looks insane, and it's just gonna look even more insane in person, and I cannot wait for it to come out. Will I trade the 1299 in though? That's the question. Now, you guys know me, and you guys know I like getting a good deal. If I could get a used Streetfighter V4, that would be the most ideal thing. I'm never gonna buy a bike brand new. I did it once, and it's never happening again. You lose too much money in depreciation. But if the Panigale V4S is not that much more in price than a used Streetfighter V4, there goes my dilemma again, converting a superbike into a naked. Just because you'll have the option to convert it back into a superbike, whereas the Streetfighter V4, it's a Streetfighter no matter what you do to it. You can't convert it to a superbike. You probably can, but it's going to be a lot more of a pain in the ass. That said, you're not going to buy a Streetfighter V4 to convert it into a superbike. You're just not. It doesn't make sense to buy a naked bike. At that point, you just buy a superbike. So I think for whoever buys a Streetfighter V4, you know, I think they're gonna have fun. It looks insane. The Pikes Peak video trailer that they just released that they just released a couple days ago, it looks insane, dude. And I think, I don't know, man, I'm very tempted to just quit riding superbikes and just get a naked or you know, a super fighter. I love them, man. I love them. And you know, I've ridden the FZ10 in the canyons, and I know what they can do. I know what they're capable of. and that's the type of riding that I love to do. So I'm very, very tempted to get rid of the 1299 and get a Streetfighter V4. That's my deal right now. That's the dilemma right now. It's kind of a good problem to have, right? Not really, because that means I'd have to spend more money, which I don't want to do. I'll be waiting though. I'll be waiting for a used one. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, what they did with the motor. If they rebuilt a V4 motor similar to what they did with the Streetfighter, the Ducati Streetfighter, where I think they did something different to the 1198. It was like a cross between the 1098 motor and the 1198 motor, and that was the Ducati Streetfighter motor. They did something to the tranny too, I forgot, but yeah, man, I'm excited. These people just can't wait, dude. Jesus Christ, honking at this guy for no reason. My God, bro. I want to know what you guys think, though. I want to know if you guys think it's better to have a super bike that you would convert into a Streetfighter. Because when Streetfighters first came around, before there were even any naked bikes per se, that's what people were doing. That was part of the Streetfighter culture, was to convert super bikes or super sports into naked upright street fighters. That was the whole deal, you know. And it's kind of like, it was like converting, you know, CBs into cafe racers. There's this, I think there still is, there's this whole underground scene of Street Fighter enthusiasts. Are any of you guys Street Fighter enthusiasts? And do you guys think buying a production Street Fighter makes it a Street Fighter? I think it does. I don't, you know, just because Ducati calls it a Street Fighter doesn't necessarily make it a Street Fighter, but it is, though. It is. It's literally the only bike being sold on the market that is called a Street Fighter. So I don't know if that takes away from, you know, that Street Fighter culture, that Street Fighter mentality, because I've seen some excellent custom Street Fighters, and, you know, I'm a huge fan. I built a Street Fighter back in the day when I wrecked my my old R6, man. I loved it. I loved being upright. I love how, you know, how light it was. I took off all the fairings, the headlights were gone, and then I had this cage on it, and it was just a wheelie machine. I think that's the reason I'm such a huge fan of the Street Fighter V4, is because it, unlike the rest of them, except for maybe like the Z1000, unlike the rest of them, this one, it looks the most like a Street Fighter, like somebody built it in their garage, you know. And it looks freaking amazing. It looks mean, it looks visceral. It just, I mean, just the videos I've seen, it has everything, has all the qualities of what a good Street Fighter, in my opinion, would have. It's very light, minimal on fairings, it's got the high bars, and it's got the mean headlight. The headlight is the center point of a Street Fighter. If you got a dope headlight, your Street Fighter is dope. If you got a shit ass headlight, you have a shit ass Street Fighter. Let me know if you guys agree with that statement. I'm so happy I fixed this mic, dude. Oh God, you guys, if you guys want to start motovlogging, do yourselves a favor and get this mic I'm about to post up here. My buddy Cruz on Twos, he recommended this mic. It's a little pricey, $30, but it does the job. You just stick it in your cheek pad, call it a day. It's so small too. I'm gonna use it for my cinematic videos too, when I'm like talking and stuff, because it's so tiny. Ooh, I love me some Scion FRSs, BRZs. They're just such cool little cars, man, and they're just well balanced. And I heard they're canyon carving cars, so, and I've seen a lot of videos. You know, I would never own one because they're tiny. I have kids, guys. I don't think they've announced the price on the Street Fighter V4 yet, but I hope it's nowhere near what the Panigale V4 is. If it's in like the 20s, that would be freaking ridiculous, dude. I think if it's in the 20s, you're better off getting just a Ducati Street Fighter, you know, like a Ducati Street Fighter S with the Olins, and you got the dry clutch. It's classic V-twin or L-twin, and you know, maybe change the headlight, because the headlight on the original Ducati Street Fighter, it's really ugly. It's really ugly. It looks big and bulky. It's not, I don't know, I didn't like it. You know, and then the pipes on the side, I think that's pretty cool. It's not under the tail like a 1098S. The Ducati Streetfighter's exhaust is actually on the side, which is, I think it's pretty dope. Can you guys see me vlogging on a Streetfighter V4, doing some hooligan ass shit, doing some canyon carving? Ooh, I think I might do it, dude. I might do it. Just talking about the bike is getting me so freaking excited, man. I'm telling you, dude. You guys have no idea. When I saw it, and then when they premiered the video, oh boy. Oh, S2K, I love me some S2Ks. Oh boy, yeah. Oh yeah, I got a hard on. Not for the S2K, but for the Streetfighter V4. Well, you gotta watch what you're doing, dudes. This guy was trying to get in my lane. You know, I let him. It's all good. No feelings hurt. Some of y'all be making a big deal when cars cut into you. They can't see you, man. Yeah, I'll be like, wow! Oh, it is mirror kicking time. Don't do that crap, man. Look at these Chargers. Are they Chargers or Chalanders? Oh God, I stalled, bro. It's gonna be interesting to see what their sales is gonna be like for this bike. I don't know if the old Ducati Streetfighter ever sold. I mean, I just don't see much of them anymore. You know, you still see like a lot of 848s, 1098s, even shit, even the 1198, but Ducati Streetfighter, you just don't see it. Look what we got here, a Streetfighter. Can you guys name that bike? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what kind of bike it is. It looks sick. Alright, let's see what kind of bike this is. It looks like a Tuono or something? It's got the RSV4 rear end. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Let's get a closer look. Hey, what's up? Okay, it was a Ninja 1000. That thing looks sick. Do a flyby. Let's see you do a flyby. What's up? Yeah. Sick. Yeah. Got you on the vlog, dude. What do you know? A Streetfighter Ninja. I thought it was like a Ninja 6 or something. That thing looks sick, dude. Glad I got you in the vlog, whoever you are. If you're a subscriber, comment down below.